Imagine walking right into the world's most advanced research laboratory. You've got thousands of experiments running simultaneously all around you. It's buzzing. The scale of modern science is honestly breathtaking, and today we're diving into something that could literally redefine how we understand the universe around us. Let's get right into the explainer. So, could AI agents actually solve humanity's greatest mysteries? It's a massive, mind-bending question, right? Imagine millions of intelligent AI agents working side by side with human scientists in that high-tech lab we just pictured. We're not just talking about a faster calculator here, we are talking about a total paradigm shift in how human discovery even happens.
To really grasp why this is so necessary, you have to understand the sheer scale of the data we're dealing with today. It's an absolute deluge. We've got microscopes constantly examining living cells. Particle accelerators are generating unimaginable amounts of data. Powerful telescopes are scanning distant galaxies, while climate sensors are pinging us with environmental info from literally every continent. Because of all this tech, every single second, more scientific data is created than any human team could ever hope to read in a dozen lifetimes.
The scientific data ocean. Okay, let's jump right into these waters and see how AI handles the current. Historically, science has advanced basically one discovery at a time. It's a slow burn. A new observation here, a better experiment there, eventually a more accurate theory. And that kind of methodical progress, it required years, sometimes decades, of incredibly careful work. But AI-assisted science, that introduces millions of agents into the mix. It acts like this unbelievable accelerator for that traditional pace, just dramatically speeding up the whole shebang.
Think of it like an entire army, dividing and conquering. You've got these AI agents taking on super specialized roles. One agent is crunching through mountains of medical research. Another is totally dedicated to untangling complex climate models. Someone else is hunting for new battery materials. Others are digging into the chemistry of possible medicines or comparing decades of past experimental results. Working together, they're spotting patterns hidden deep inside oceans of information, patterns that would otherwise be completely lost to us.
Accelerating medicine and clean energy. Let's make this concrete and see how it works in the real world.
Say researchers are hunting for a cure for a super rare disease. There are millions of possible chemical compounds out there. If we tested each one individually in a lab, it would take decades. No way around it. But now, AI agents step in first. They organize the search by highlighting just the most promising candidates out of those millions. Then, the physical lab runs the targeted experiments and human researchers verify every single result. So we save literal decades of time, but humans still maintain ultimate oversight. It's brilliant. And we are seeing this exact same hyperspeed acceleration in the push for clean energy. Scientists everywhere are trying to build better batteries, upgrade solar tech, explore wild new materials, and figure out nuclear fusion. Every single one of those experiments throws off massive amounts of data. Well, AI agents can cross-reference results from different labs all over the globe, spot promising trends across all that data, and suggest totally new directions to investigate. Researchers suddenly know exactly where to focus their time and funding next, which means the clean energy solutions we desperately need could get here decades sooner.
Discovering the completely unexpected. Let's zoom out to the macroscopic scale, because this is where AI's pattern recognition gets really wild.
The exact same transformation happening in a chemistry lab is happening out in the cosmos. Modern telescopes are grabbing vastly more images than human astronomers could ever manually sift through. So, AI agents are stepping in. They're the ones flagging unusual signals, detecting insanely distant galaxies, tracking fast-moving asteroids, and basically tapping scientists on the shoulder saying, hey, you need to look at this cosmic event right now. Actually, let's pause on that thought for a second. Because in science, the most mind-blowing discovery usually isn't finding what you set out to look for. It's noticing something completely unexpected. Artificial intelligence absolutely excels at this. It finds the unusual patterns, the subtle, weird anomalies hidden in the data that we weren't even looking for in the first place. You can even see this playing out in fields like archaeology. Imagine trying to find an ancient, lost civilization. We have satellite images covering thousands of square kilometers. And hidden beneath deep jungle canopies or under the desert sand might be a forgotten city. Instead of humans staring at maps for years, AI agents scan those massive images and pinpoint the exact coordinates that deserve a closer look. The final triumph of the discovery? That still belongs to the archaeologists with their boots on the ground. But the search itself becomes incredibly efficient.
The scientific method remains. Now, with all this processing power, we do need a quick reality check.
Because science demands extraordinary caution. An AI can generate absolutely brilliant hypotheses, but it cannot replace the scientific method.
Evidence remains the absolute foundation of every genuine discovery. Every single new idea an AI comes up with, it has to be tested. It has to be repeated, verified, and fiercely questioned.
It all comes down to interpretation. Data alone doesn't explain the universe, right? To actually make sense of what we're seeing, human scientists have to step up. We have to ask the right questions. We have to design the experiments, debate the conclusions, and constantly challenge our own assumptions. Those creative, critical leaps aren't something a machine learning model can just do for us. They remain deeply, fundamentally human.
Humanity's new research partner. So where is all this heading for the lab of tomorrow?
Picture the research lab of the near future. You've got integrated teams of specialized AI agents humming away continuously in the background. Some are reviewing the global scientific literature the second it hits the internet. Others are helping design experiments, analyzing real-time data drops, or just keeping an unblinking eye on highly sensitive lab equipment. Because AI is handling all that heavy lifting and monitoring, human scientists are going to spend way less time organizing spreadsheets and a lot more time doing what they do best, exploring brand new ideas.
History always remembers the scientists who changed the world. But maybe the future will look back at this specific era as something just as remarkable. The exact moment humanity gained a new research partner. One that can process information at an unbelievable speed, but is always steered by human curiosity. Because every single scientific breakthrough begins exactly the same way. Someone, somewhere, asks a question that has never been answered before. AI is absolutely going to help us find those answers faster. But that raw curiosity, that burning desire to understand our universe, that will always belong to humanity.
Which brings us to another really wild possibility. If an AI can process the sum total of human knowledge to help the world's top scientists, could it do the same thing for a first-grade student? Can AI agents become personalized teachers for billions of people, and could that completely transform the future of learning across the entire world? Well, that is exactly what we are going to be diving into next time.
If you enjoyed this explainer and you want to keep discovering how AI is totally reshaping science, innovation, and our shared future, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel and turn on those notifications. Join us for our next explainer, because as we've seen today, the greatest discoveries may still be waiting to be made. Thanks for hanging out and learning with me today.